My friends, I have a couple of questions. Are we safer today than yesterday? Are we on the road to greatness again? Have we finally found our place in a dangerous world, one of strength, security, and self-determination? Can we now breathe a sigh of relief that regardless of what happens in the days and years ahead, at least we responded to the anger and the despair of our own people? Or have we stepped closer to the abyss? Have we turned our backs on unity and progress for a nation of division and oppression, suspicious of the other, protective of those who look, act, believe like us, and rewarding the haves at the expense of the have-nots? Have we elevated personal choice and local options to such a level that there is none and nothing that unites us anymore, and it's every soul for themselves? Some will make it, some will not, but that's just the way it is. Let's be real, shall we? This is not what I had written earlier this week. But it is what I've written over the last day and a half. Maybe it won't be as bad as some think, but it likely won't be as good as others think. The future. Oh, the glorious future of our great nation, or any nation in this world. Whenever there is a change of power, there are great hopes and fears. There seems to be the way of different things. Maybe focusing too much on hope could set us up for failure and disappointment. Well, it is what it is. We can't really change it. Who am I to change anything? That seems to be the feeling of many who wanted a change, and the call for change seemed to be based on fear, which is understandable to a degree. Fear is a powerful motivator. All these other people, the boogeyman, is coming out to get you. Vote for me, and I will make sure that boogeyman never harms you again. People will respond out of fear, will rise up out of fear, will demand change because of fear. And the question is, are we still being led by fear and those who stoke our fears? Or is it time to find something else upon which to build tomorrow? The psalmist David knows this all too well. And it's hard to hear the words, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?" Well, hey, Davy boy, we have a lot to fear nowadays. But David wrote some psalms while he was running away from someone who wanted to kill him. A person in power who wanted to kill him. The question is, where is the light that shines in the darkness? Where is the salvation? Where is God, who is to be our fortress and our protection? Fear is casting a very large shadow. And some of us may have the privilege to not pay attention to the insanity that hasn't really affected us yet. It's on the news, but it's not at our doorstep yet. It hasn't affected anybody in our family. It hasn't affected any of our friends. And calling out the darkness while you've still got a lamp burning may seem like a foolish thing to do. After all, you may anger those who live under chandeliers. But when will we risk it? We cry out with the psalmist to God, "Do not hide your face from me. Do not turn your servant away in anger. You who have been my help, do not cast me off. Do not forsake me, O God of my salvation." Meanwhile, the shadow of death is over us. paramilitary squads terrorizing, kidnapping, and even killing those who seek the light. We have people even within our own community that are affected every single day. And even if they're not in this community, locally, we are all still children of God, and we are all still people of God, and we are all still in community together, no matter whether it is Charleston, Mount Pleasant, or it is Minneapolis or St. Paul. My friends, we are seeing where if you are not yet a citizen of this country, they can grab you, throw you in the back of a van, break down your door, raid your home, all without a warrant. You may not even be able to speak to a lawyer or even your own family. You could be shipped thousands of miles away to a detention center with subhuman conditions. And even if you are a citizen, having the right papers will not necessarily protect you. You could be arrested because of your accent or your skin color. You could be arrested for being a peaceful protest or walking by one or driving your family home from a youth basketball game and happen upon one only to be tear gassed and your baby stops breathing. Where is the light of God of our salvation? You could be a clergy person and be hit with a pepper ball or arrested along with other clergy who are kneeling in prayer. You could also be the mother, a queer mother of 3 children. Or you could be an ICU nurse at a VA hospital who are brutally murdered in the streets. These folks have no fear of accountability, and they seek to instill fear in all of us so that we don't speak out and we don't show up. And I'm tired. Cannot wear this and not speak about this anymore. The psalmist says, now my head is lifted above all of my enemies around me. And I will offer in his tent sacrifices with shouts of joy. There are people that are protesting and they are singing. They were singing this light of mine when people were tear gassed. We just sang it last Sunday. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Candles were lit for people who've been killed. Hear, O Lord, when I cry aloud, be gracious to me, answer me. This is the voice of one crying out in protest. This is the one asking for light to shine in the darkness. Now, make no mistake, I don't suggest we itemize our fears and cower or just accept. This is the way of the world. Who are we to do anything? Who am I to do anything? But we are called to live differently. We are called to live confidently. We are called to be bearers of the light of hope and confidence, the light of faith and transformation. And I know it feels like, as Miss Jamie was talking about, carrying a candle. It feels like we are carrying a candle in a windstorm. But my friends, we have a light that shines brighter. A light that shines for 5-year-olds who've been handcuffed and taken away. We shine the light for people that are food insecure, whose benefits have been cut off because they've been labeled a welfare queen. We carry the light for queer and trans community who are viewed as broken and vile. We carry the light. And it's about time that light is more than just a little candle that we hold close to our faces. Because as Hildegard von Bingen wrote, I am the fiery life of the essence of God. I am the flame above the beauty in the fields. I shine in the waters and I burn in the sun, the moon and the stars. And with the airy wind, I quicken all things vitally by an unseen and all-sustaining life. We are a brighter light, and we can shine a light to our community and to beyond. I hope you'll shine your light with me. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.